I started Substack as a way to process the grief of the life that I thought I was building. And my big goal was like 50. And then my audacious goal was 100. How do you decide what's free content and what's paid content on Substack? So like I've been getting paid from Substack. Don't identify as a writer, even though I'm not great with grammar. Feel so much friggin' imposter syndrome. You guys. Like, let me make sure I really understand how Substack works before I put my first post up. Like, right, it still freaks me out to say it. Like, I've inspired so many people to write this year. They don't want to put themselves out there unless they are guaranteed that someone's going to validate what they've put out there. You're never going to feel as ready as you want to feel before you start. Well, it's time to catch back up. We're gonna be back on our Substack updates for the remainder of 2025. Now, we're in month 8 of the Substack journey, and me getting paid to write? August 19th, and we just hit 200 subscribers on Substack. I'm actually sitting here recording my Monday mini on a box of tissues in my lunchbox before I head to work. And I just opened it up to see what episode I was on because I have not been consistent in the last couple of weeks with my minis. So I think I'm on episode 27. I really wanted to do 52 episodes this year, like for each year of the year. Like 52 weeks in the year. I wanted an episode for the week. So, oh my God, you know what I'm talking about. Life and moving and new jobs and breakups and all the things have derailed that a little bit. And that might mean maybe I'll like release a couple extra ones. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do like 12 days of minis for December to make up for some of the missed ones. Sorry, I'm just realizing how amazing the lighting is in this apartment. My life is so up in the air right now that I literally don't even know where I'm going to be at the end of this year. Like living, working, I genuinely don't know. That's how temporary everything is happening in my life right now. But I'm just excited. I'm excited for 2026 Substack, which crazy, 2026? Wait. Yeah, we're in 2025. I had to double check because I'm like, are we already in 2026? Okay. 2026 Substack, I'm excited for. I can't believe we've made it this far in 2025. I genuinely cannot believe that we hit 200 subscribers. So thank you for being here. You guys, this has been a really fun journey. It's been really fun and empowering me in so many like creative ways. And I'm just like so honored to play a role in so many of you starting to put yourself out there and your writing out there. And I just could have never imagined playing a role in someone like having the courage to put their first post on Substack. I didn't even know I was going to have a Substack this year. This was not the plan, and it just goes to show you what happens when you just chase the callings. You know, I need to get that on a t-shirt, chase the calling. You know what I mean? It's just what I'm always talking about in these Substack videos. Like, I'm not going to say it again. Okay, fine, I'm going to say it again. The callings on your heart are not there by mistake. They are there for a reason. It is up to you to chase them. Yay, to 200 subscribers. I need to do something to celebrate. What am I going to do? I need to do something this week. Oh my God, I love this so much. This is so exciting. Okay, now I got to go finish recording some minis. Thank you so much for just being here, for showing up for me, for cheering me on, for just supporting my Substack journey. Like that, it's incredible. It's incredible the support I've been giving. And when I look at my posts now, I'm like shocked. I mean, I've always been shocked. Let's be real. Like, let's play back the tapes to part 1 of this Substack series. But like, I'm sorry, like my posts are getting like 200 views. I'm sorry. 46% open, 209 views. But even like my minis, which like when I first started doing my minis, they were like barely getting 10 views or listens. My last one got 123 views and it brought in a sub. My posts are bringing in subs. My most recent post brought in 3 subs, 200 views, 46% open rate. Like, blowing my mind. I have so much that I can say and want to say about putting yourself out there online in a creative way and chasing the callings. And I can't remember how many subs we were on when I did my last update, because I pivoted to do my breakup series on YouTube. So I wasn't doing the Substack series, and I wasn't even like doing the updates behind the scenes. So I've only recently, in the last like couple of weeks, picked up the camera again to do Substack updates. So it's time to catch back up. We're gonna be back on our Substack updates for the remainder of 2025 now that the breakup series is over. And if you did join in on that series while it was going live, thank you so much. Honestly, the support all around and my content in general has just been overwhelming in the best way possible. And I'm just so proud of myself for showing up for myself, even when no one was clicking, no one was watching, no one was listening, and I was just chasing the calling. I have to go finish recording, and then I have to head to work, so I'll see you in the next update video. Oh my god, 200. My big goal was like 50, and then my audacious goal was 100. So 200 subscribers! And I still have a paid subscriber. Like, I've been getting paid from Substack. You guys. Getting paid for my writing, I'm trying not to cry. Me getting paid to write? Like, I feel like a giddy little kid. Stop. All right, let's get into it. Hello, Substackers. We have been on a journey this year. Okay, we have been on a journey. Let's catch up. As you can see, my background is a bit different if you've been here from the beginning of the Substack series. So much has changed in my life. And I feel like right now my audience on YouTube is kind of split between the people that follow me for like my lifestyle vlogs and my Substack fam. If you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you're in the Substack category, but maybe someone that's been here for my lifestyle content, or maybe you joined during the breakup series. I don't know why you're here and watching this, but I do thank you. We just hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube this morning, and it's been a journey. This year has been a whirlwind. I did a post on my community tab regarding this. It's just been crazy. I could have never predicted anything that has happened this year. It has just been the most unpredictable year. One of the most unpredictable years that I've ever had, in bad ways and good ways. So if you've also had a wild, depressing, but joyful, unpredictable year, then cheers to you. So let's get into it. I have been itching for a Substack update. I've been editing a lot of videos with me crying and venting and going through a breakup, and it's just been emotionally taxing to sit there and edit those types of videos every single week. So I've been really excited to do a Substack update for you. We are in month 8. You guys, we are in month 8 of the Substack journey, and it's like every month I'm just more and more blown away. I'm still more and more blown away. I haven't been able to give my Substack as much love so far in the year because I was so focused on this breakup series, right? I wanted to tell the story that I needed to tell, and I was so focused on that I had to put some other things on the back burner. And like my Monday mini pep talks on my Substack, I think I missed a total of 4 weeks, which I'm annoyed at. I'm so annoyed. You guys, I was on a streak with those minis, and I committed to doing one for every week of this year. And I'm just so happy right now with this setup because, first of all, it's crisp AF, okay? Let's talk about the natural sunlight that's in this apartment. Amazing. Let's talk about the blurry background with this camera. Amazing. And I just had to use this camera one last time before I put it into storage, okay? Because it has to go into storage because it's too big and bulky for my setup right now, okay? So this is probably my last blurry, crisp video in a while. No, I'm joking. I'm being dramatic. It still freaks me out to say it. Like, I've inspired so many people to write this year. That's like one of the things I am most proud to have said that I've accomplished this year is that I've inspired people to write. I never in my life would have thought that I would accomplish that, or that it would feel this like good and empowering to empower other people to, like, I've always had a calling on my heart to empower people to take action in their life, to do the thing they feel called to do, right? I've always felt that way. I just never thought that it would like narrow down into writing. Never. Because like I've always said in this series, I don't even identify as a writer myself. So it's just the coolest thing ever that like I'm inspiring people to write. I'm inspiring people to put themselves out there. I'm inspiring people to just go for it and do the thing they're feeling called to do. And like, I can't tell you how fulfilling that is. That is like the best feeling ever. So I just want to say thank you to anyone who has left me a comment, sent me a message, and just shared your journey and shared how I've inspired you, because those words and knowing that I've played the tiniest role in that has meant everything to me this year, and one of the hardest years of my life, when I was going through one of the hardest seasons of my life. Like, that has contributed to the joy that I've felt while also grieving the loss of the life I thought I was building. So I genuinely cannot thank you enough just for being here, for resonating with my journey, for sharing your own journeys and your own doubts and fears and you know, imposter syndrome. Like, it's just meant so much, and I genuinely don't know how to articulate it in a way that expresses how much that this Substack journey has impacted me this year, and how much I needed Substack this year. You know, if you read my post, my 6-month on Substack post, I talked about how I started Substack because of my breakup. I started Substack as a way to process the grief of the life that I thought I was building, and never could I have predicted it to, 1, be another source of income, 2, just be this amazing outlet that is allowing me to inspire other people, and 3, just help me process and get back into my love for writing. Even though I don't identify as a writer, even though I'm not great with grammar, even though I feel so much friggin' imposter syndrome, Substack is a platform I've just fallen so in love with this year, and just being able to be the person that introduces it to some people as well has just been so cool. It's just been such like a unexpected, amazing journey so far, and I know that my subscriber count on Substack isn't anything that's like impressive to write home about. I've said this from day one. It's not about that. It's the fact that I didn't expect to even have like 20 subscribers on Substack by the end of this year. And let's get into the numbers, okay? Because I've talked enough. You just gotta go for it. If you've been sitting on the fence whether or not to start a Substack, what are you waiting for? Genuinely, what are you waiting for? Because I don't know if you know this, but tomorrow is not guaranteed. And I don't know if you know this, but you're never going to feel as ready as you want to feel before you start. You gotta get out of the overthinking and just into your creative flow. I still see people out there that are chasing the validation when it comes to growing on social media. I'm so freaking passionate about putting yourself out there, being on social media, moving through the imposter syndrome. Not past it, because I feel like a level of imposter syndrome is always going to be there, but moving through it, because it's like fear. It's like those things. It's always going to be a part of the journey. You just have to learn how to move forward with it in the backseat. You know what I mean? And so many people are out there, they don't want to put themselves out there unless they are guaranteed that someone's going to validate what they've put out there. And that is just a recipe for a disaster, because it's like, well, are you performing? Or are you creating for the sake of creating? Are you creating because that's the calling on your heart? Or are you creating for the wrong reasons? And I don't know the answer for you. I just know that if you have the calling on your heart to create, the outcome of that should be irrelevant. And you should just be focusing on stepping into your creative element. But that's just my opinion, okay? You do you. I'm gonna do me. I also have been getting a lot of questions on like, what do you do with your free Like, how do you decide what's free content and what's paid content on Substack? So I'm going to dive into that more in this video. It's just been so cool. It's been so cool just like putting my writing out there, and it's like the more I do it, the more I feel comfortable doing it, regardless of if I get any comments. I still don't get comments on some of my posts. Is that stopping me from writing? No, because I'm not in my head about, oh my God, what if no one responds? I'm assuming no one's going to comment or like it. I'm assuming that, and I'm creating anyway because it's like, I just love the feeling of being able to sit down, put on my headphones, put on some like white noise, get in the zone, and just like, you know, like I'm just in the zone of creating, expressing through words and just getting creative. Like, ooh, how can I articulate what I'm feeling right now in a way that's like paints a picture? Like, that's been a fun little creative challenge for me. And it's just allowing myself to just play in this creative energy because I can, because I'm a person that likes to be creative, because I'm feeling called to, because it's there for anyone to do, you know? It's like, Substack is not just there for someone that has a writing degree, okay? And I had to get over that hurdle, that mental hurdle, and just have fun with it. And just like, I don't know, like, yes, there's so many of us on here who want to have like these online incomes. I get it. I am right there with you, but I want to build my online incomes in a way that feels so organic to me, so good to me, so aligned to me. And that can only happen if I'm allowing myself to step into this creative space. So whether or not you want to do Substack as like for online income goals, or you just want that creative outlet, if you are getting in your own way, you need to just let go of the seeking the external validation in order for you to create. There's some of us that are like, I'm only going to take action if someone validates me on the other side of that. And that is not going to get you far, okay? You're going to feel miserable as well because you're just waiting for the validation and, oh, well, no one liked my last post, so I don't really feel like writing this week. Well, then you've lost the whole point of it. You've lost the whole point of it because we're here writing because we love writing and we feel called to write and we feel called to express in this way. So get out of your damn head. And that's what someone needed to tell me, get out of my head, about one of my recent vlogs. I've just been so in my head with my content. It's been all over the place since the breakup series. I feel like I'm finding my feet again with my content. And I was like so in my head, and I walked through the imposter syndrome live on camera in my recent vlog, and I was just like, I know I'm in my head, so let me talk through it right now, because like I don't need anyone to validate the fact that I want to show up and document my life. The fact that I feel called to do it is validation enough. My phone has to go on silent because I'm like, my phone never goes off, okay? And now everyone's blowing up my phone. It's like, okay, you guys, I'm in a mood. I've had a bit of caffeine. I've been doing errands and like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just excited. I'm just excited to sit down with you because it's been like so long. Like, I know I haven't like done these Substack updates weekly, but it's like, it was like a regular thing and I was documenting along the way, and it's been so long since I've been able to sit down and just like, let's talk about Substack because I love it so much. Okay, I know I need to calm down. Okay, all right. Let me. Okay. We are going to calm down. Welcome to my Substack. If you are new here, if this is your very first Substack video, welcome. I'm Jamie, and I just turn the camera on, press record, and talk about Substack. You're welcome. So like giddy right now. Okay, first of all, I need to I feel like I've used all my backlog of photos for my Substack. Like, I feel like I need to do some like photo shoots. I feel like I need to go out and go on some more adventures to get more photos. I do have some actually from this year that I can use. I love taking photos. Like, you guys, I'm like a creative at heart. I love painting. I love taking photos. I love writing. I love music. I cannot sing, okay? I cannot sing. But I like to pretend I can. I'm in such a mood. Okay, all right. How cool is it, like, having a YouTube channel? Because it's like, I get to just come on here and create these videos and be goofy AF and like talk about the things that like clearly excite me so much, like so freaking much, and like just create a channel and like start to earn an income doing these things. Like, I'm sorry, is this real life? My Substack, like, I don't identify as someone that has like a Substack that's like, oh, my name's Jamie, I have a Substack, yeah, I write about X, Y, and Z. Like, I feel like I haven't figured out exactly like what my Substack is about. I kind of just write what I feel called to write. A lot, I would say though, a lot, especially lately, I've been dropping a lot of posts on grief and heartbreak and loss and friendship breakups and like my motivation minis. I like to throw food for thought out to you guys. I like to make you think about the things that are going on in your life, you know, lessons that I've learned in my life and how you can take that away and apply it to your own life. I like to get you thinking. I like to challenge your beliefs, and I like to call you out. I don't know if you realized it, but I also like to call you out because I'm going on so many tangents. I know it's just because like it's been a while, okay? So let's just accept it, okay? Grab a snack, get a drink, cause buckle in, baby. I thought this was gonna be a short and sweet one, but it ain't. Okay, no, seriously though. So many times on these creative journeys, especially when you're putting yourself out there online, you don't have a lot of people in your life that get it. They're like, oh, she's trying to be an influencer. Oh, she's trying to blah, 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 blah. They don't get it. It's fine. It's not their fault that they don't get it. This calling was not put on their heart for them to understand, right? We've accepted that. We've embraced that. It's not their journey to understand. It's my journey. It's my calling. It gets in your head because it's like you have people around you that don't get it. So their narratives are like, doesn't that feel like a waste of time? Or like, yeah, but it's pretty unrealistic. Like, this is things people said to me. Like, oh, it's unrealistic to think that you could earn an income on YouTube. Bitch, I've been doing it for years now, okay? So talk to the end. But like, I've had people in my life that don't get it say things to me, and I know that it can feel like that when you are just surrounded by people that just don't get it. And sometimes you need someone that like gets it, that's in the trenches with you, that is like putting themselves out there and feels the imposter syndrome and doesn't identify as a writer. You need someone who's also feels that way, but is gonna call you out so that you can step into your best self, so you can step into your creative flow and put yourself out there. Sometimes we all need to feel called out, and I just think it's healthy. I think it's like healthy, especially like in friendships. And like if you're here hanging in my space, then hi friend, hi, I'm Jamie. But it's like we all need someone in our lives that's gonna call us out and push us towards our higher self, our best self, our most aligned, fulfilled self, you know? And I always appreciate the people in my life who know me, who know my heart and my callings and all the things, and want to see me achieve all the things that my heart desires for me to achieve, and will call me out in alignment with that. Does that make sense? It better make sense. I know it's going to make sense. You know why? Because I'm backing myself. I know it's going to land with who it needs to land with. And I'm trusting that it's going to land with who it needs to land with. And we move on. I named my page something else in the beginning, and then I changed it to The Pursuit. Because I'm like, I'm on the pursuit of like chasing the callings of my heart. And I was like, I like that. But like now I genuinely don't know if I like that. I'm like, maybe I should just stick with like my personal brand, Life by Jamie. But we're sticking with The Pursuit because it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. And if you're getting caught up in like, oh my God, I'll start my post once I figure out what I'm going to name my Substack. No, you're going to start now. Start writing. Put it in your drafts. Have 10 posts in your drafts ready to go. Okay? Like, you're getting caught up in the wrong things. Like, ooh, I need a logo for my Substack before I can put my first post out. No, you don't. You don't. You need to get writing. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, oh, I just need to watch 5 more Substack videos on YouTube before I write my first post. No, you don't. You literally don't. Okay? So stop. Like, you need to stop. I'm sorry. I love you. You're amazing, but you need to stop. Like, let me make sure I really understand how Substack works before I put my first post up. Like, write, click new post, and start writing. All right, I'm in a sassy mood today, okay? But it's like sass with love, okay? This is gonna be such a long edit. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. So yeah, this is my vibe. I like aesthetic photos to match with my words, and that's just like my vibe. I love taking photos. So I'm like, okay, this is a way for me to also showcase my photos as well. So it's like a 2-for-1 for me. Like I get to express and write in words, but I also get to like play with the photos. I love taking photos and I love going on adventures. So it allows me to like bring together all the things that I like, and it's just like so visually fun for me as well. So yeah, that's just me. I know some people are just like strictly words. We are here to write. We are here for words. We don't care about photos, but your girl likes photos. I love photos. I love adventures. And so like that's the kind of vibe you'll see when you come to my page. It's like, we're vibing. Yeah, we're in August. I've done 3 posts in August so far, which I've been trying to do 2 posts a month. So I say that I like dropped the ball or put things on the back burner, but I still was so consistent. Like I still think I put out like 4 posts in July. It just wasn't like my motivation minis. It was text posts. That's fine. I've still been so consistent with my Substack up until this point. So really I need to calm the F down. But it's just so cool, like when I do get a comment from you guys, like just resonating with my words. This is my back end. I still have a paid subscriber. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed to show this. Like, I don't know why. I'm just like, guys, I'm not, embarrassed isn't the word. I'm so like I feel so weird to show this because I feel like it's just gonna go away. And if it does, I will be fine because like, again, we're detaching from the validation, but it's just been so cool that I've had 1 paid subscriber for a total of 4 months out of this year. I've only had Substack for 8 months. In 4 out of those 8 months, I've had a paid subscriber. That blows my mind. That blows my mind. Like I had a paid subscriber for 1 month, and then there was a few months I didn't have one, and then I got another one. I lost the first one, and I got another one. And I've had one for a few months now. It's crazy. So when you see like the $96, that's like the annual like projected like income, you know, that's not like what I make a month. So it's just been really cool, the fact that I've earned anything for writing. That is like such a flex for me. Like, oh yeah, I got paid for my writing this month. Yes, I did. I don't care if it was only 11 Australian dollars. It paid for a coffee. It paid for me to sit at a cafe for a few hours before work and work on my Substack. And it was paid by Substack. That's so cool. So my open rate has dropped significantly. It was at what, like 50%, I believe, and it's down at 36.28. And like this aligns with something that I shared in one of my other update videos, where I was like scrolling through the Reddit to find what's a good open rate, and it was saying like anywhere between 30 to 50% is good. Because I was like beating myself up for a 50% open rate, and I was like, oh, that's actually really good. That the higher your subscribers get, the lower your open rate usually gets, and that's normal. And so as my subscribers have increased, that's been true for me. Like my open rate has dropped, which is what it is. Like my numbers are still like growing, compared to like the numbers I was getting in January, February, March. I would get maybe like 10 views or listens on my audio posts, or like maybe 20 on my text posts. And now I get like 168 on my text posts. I'm sorry. Like 103 on my audio posts, 4 likes and comments. Like it's still blowing my mind. It's still blowing my mind. I traveled 1 hour from home and it changed everything. 122 views, 7 likes, and a comment, which I need to respond to. I have not been good at responding to my comments on Substack, and I do apologize, you guys. I am doing my best, okay? I'm doing my best. I just started a new job. I moved out from living with my ex for 6 months. You know, your girl is in a transition phase and I'm doing my best, but I do read them all. I just don't always have the I just don't always have the time, energy, or capacity to respond to them. But yeah, crazy. So this was this post I wrote about exploring your own backyard. I wrote about exploring your own backyard and how much that has changed my perspective of travel. It's something that I'm so passionate about, and I'm going to be talking more about on my YouTube channel as well. And like this whole concept of like micro tourism and being a traveler in your own backyard. You don't have to step in an airport to get that sense of wanderlust and adventure. And sometimes like you can have that sense of adventure an hour away from home. And I got to include this cute picture. Like, I captured that moment, you know, and I wanted to like bring that alive. So yes, the post was about like shifting your perspective on travel and how much that has impacted me over the years, and not having to step foot in an airport or travel for hours or days to get to a location just to appreciate it. That's what the core of this was about. But this photo like took me back to that feeling of like when this was like really hit me, and I really wanted this post to capture a little bit of that magic. And so that's where I worked into the intro. I wrote, I stood on the wooden planks listening to the water pounding on the rocks below. A light mist from the waterfalls kissed my cheek as I glanced up, taking in the tall eucalyptus trees towering over me. Pure magic. And then I went in to talk more about it. I stood there in disbelief because I still couldn't wrap my head around the fact that I was only just a little over an hour from home, that I hadn't even stepped inside an airport to be here. I didn't have to spend hours and hours on end to arrive here, to have my breath taken so swiftly, full of wanderlust, without even leaving the damn state. So on and so forth. You can go read the full post on my Substack. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been so fun. It's just been such a fun journey. So yeah, I have one paid subscriber. Let's get into the stats, right? I have one paid subscriber. I have 212 subscribers. I just did an update the other day. Like I hit 200 subscribers. We're on 212 now. 78 of those subscribers are from the Substack app itself, which another thing is, you guys, thank you so much to everyone that has like put me on their recommendations tab. First of all, I still haven't really fully understand how to do that for myself. And the fact that you guys have gone out of your way and put me on your recommendation list, and that other people are finding my Substack because of that, I thank you so much. And like it's just like amazing, like the support, the love, the encouragement that you guys are feeling from watching my videos, I'm feeling it right back. So it's just like this beautiful like circle of love. My 30-day views are 2,262. I remember that when that was like 70. That's so crazy. And my open rate is 36.28, which is down 3.68% versus the last 40 days. My open rate stat has always been in the gray. It's never been in the green. So hopefully that makes someone else feel better out there. I have 3 scheduled posts, a shit ton of drafts, and my recent post went live on the 27th. That was 3 days ago. So yeah, I like to schedule my shit because I'm busy. So I'm able to like create when I feel called to create, and like set aside like 20 minutes to like write and express and put it in my drafts if I want, or if it's complete, I can schedule it. And it's just not this like overwhelming structured thing, even though I am consistent AF on my Substack. And if you've seen that and you've noticed that and you feel like I could never do that, then maybe you're overthinking it. Like I know that my cadence is not for everyone, and that's fine. You have to do your way. And this is another thing, like don't let someone else's definition of consistency impact your own definition of consistency for the season that you are in right now and the capacity that you have to output in a creative way. Like all these little factors that align with you, they matter. And so easily we just like think that it's this copy and paste kind of thing. Like, well, this is how they do it, so this is how I have to fit myself into this box to do it. No, this is your journey. This is your Substack. You get to define what consistency looks like for you. And that might be one post a month, and that's okay. But you also have to manage your expectations to align with that one post a month. You know what I mean? And so it's about aligning with what season you're in, detaching from the outcome, and the third one that was just on the tip of my tongue that just left. It's all of those three things. And yeah, just being okay with it looking different and detaching from the results of it all. And like just trusting that you are building the most amazing catalog for whenever that ideal person does find your Substack. Like, and they're going to be like, oh my God, she's been creating for so long and look at all these posts I have to read. She's just been doing her thing. I'm so glad that I found her account. Like, this is my vibe. Versus if you only put one post out and no one interacts with it, so you don't post again for 6 months, and then someone comes to your page and they're like, oh, she barely posts. She doesn't really, this isn't really her thing. She's not really active over here, so I'll read this, but I'm going to go find someone else that's going to be a part of my world and like a regular part of my life that I can, or like has a catalog for me to go back to. You know what I mean? So like, let that help motivate you to build the catalog for the audience you will have. You know, that's how I looked at like my YouTube channel. I'm building the catalog for when the audience does arrive. They're not here yet. They're not interacting yet, but I'm building the catalog so that when they do come, binge, baby, binge, okay? Because I've been creating, I've been growing, I've been evolving as a creator, as a writer, as whatever you identify as. I've been evolving and growing and honing in on my unique perspective of writing or of creating, of taking photos, of whatever it is, fill in the blank, you know, like I've been doing my thing. I haven't been sitting around waiting for the audience. The audience will arrive when they arrive, but when they arrive, you better believe I've been honing in on my craft in the meantime, okay? Because we're not just sitting around waiting for an audience to take action, okay? I don't know who needed to hear it. I don't know who needed to hear it, but you're welcome. All right, let's get into the paid versus free content because I've had maybe 2 to 3 people reach out regarding this. My answer is probably not the answer that you want to hear, but I just removed the obstacle. I only have free content on my Substack. And yes, I still am earning on Substack while only having free content on Substack. So you don't have to offer paid content in order to get paid on Substack, which is really friggin' cool. Because if someone just wants to support your work for the sake of supporting your work, they can. But there's so much available for everyone. Now for me, the reason why I chose to just offer free content and to take the paid content off the table was because I was getting in my head too much and it was getting in the way of me staying consistent. I felt so overwhelmed because I was like, I want to write about this, I want to write this, but I need to write something better if I'm gonna make it paid. It was just like raising this bar. Like I needed to do more. This wasn't enough. When I'm just getting started, it was like I was already beating myself up, setting these expectations, like feeling like I had to meet a demand just because I was going to offer paid content. Like it was spiraling me. All right. So I was like, listen, one day I would love to have paid content on my Substack, but I'm just getting started. So I need to figure out what I even like writing about, what is resonating with other people, and how my Substack's going to evolve, like the bigger picture of it all. I had no idea. I was writing for the sake of writing. And now that I've given myself literally 8 months of just writing for free, I now have an idea of how I want to navigate my paid content. Versus in the beginning, I was like, okay, this, and this will be free and this will be paid. But it didn't make sense to me because I barely even put anything out on my Substack and it just felt so overwhelming. Because I was like, okay, well, I feel like writing, but now I need to have something to offer my paid people every single week. And it was too much. When you're first beginning, if you like feel that same way that I do, when you're first beginning, it's like you have to wrap your head around just being consistent in general. Never mind being consistent with free and paid. Like, you just need to wrap your head around the main thing, which is like giving yourself time each week, each other week, whatever the consistency looks like for you, just making the space to create. And if you haven't even done that and you're already trying to be like, okay, well, now I need to create paid and free and this is blah, 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 blah. It's just like, okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, we don't even have a subscriber yet. And I'm like, well, what are they going to pay for? Like, it's like you're missing the point. You know, I think like having free and paid offers off the bat works really well for people who already have established audiences. And they're like, okay, guys, we're moving over to Substack, and the stuff that I used to offer here, like, this is how it's going to branch out on Substack. Like, that makes sense. When you already have an established audience, you already have like your offers locked in, or you already have like products, or you already have like a sense of like community, and like you already have things that your audience is paying for, and you have a built-in audience, and you're moving on to Substack. Like, that makes sense to me. But I couldn't make it make sense to me when I was just getting started. And now that I've been on the platform for 8 months, I'm starting to have a better idea. I'm gonna sit with it and like really like work it out and work out what that could look like. And then maybe in 2026, I'm going to offer something paid. And I don't know if anyone is going to even align with what I offer as paid. And that's the other thing, because it's like you're going to put all this time and energy when you don't even have an audience for paid content, when you don't even have anyone that they're waiting for that paid content. So it's like you're exerting all this energy into paid content before you even have an audience to buy it. And then it's just like, to me, it just felt like I need to put all my energy into just building up my Substack before I can even divert some of that energy, just strictly paid stuff. Because who is there to buy it? You know, like no one... I haven't built the audience yet, you know? So for me, it was like, I need to build the audience so I have more guidance on how to build the paid offer. Hopefully that makes sense. But I only have free content right now, and honestly, it was so freeing. It was so freeing to like opt out of it, because like it's an option as soon as you sign up, but I opted out. I obviously at first I didn't, and it was a mess. But the minute I opted out, I was like, oh, I can just breathe in it. I can just create. I can just be in my creative energy. And now I have a paid subscriber. So I'm feeling called in different directions right now. And that only came because I gave myself the space to just flow with the free content. So I don't have any paid content, and I probably won't have any paid content for the rest of 2025, and I am so okay and happy about that. And I'm just so glad that I'm gonna have a year's worth of content on my Substack that is fully free for anyone, and that just makes me so happy. And you know, when I do decide to offer something paid on Substack, it's like, if someone it doesn't vibe with that and doesn't, isn't in the space to support financially, amazing, that's fine. I still have so much available for them, and I still will have so much available for people who just want to enjoy my content, So yeah, that's where I stand on the free versus paid content. Hope that answers your question. But if you do have any other questions about Substack, imposter syndrome, how my thought process behind any of it, it's really helpful because I can include it in the next update video. And if one person's thinking it, then there's probably more people thinking it that haven't left the comment. So that's why I do like to address it. Even if only one person asks, I'm like, if one person asks, then there's probably like 5 other people that are thinking it. So I just like to address those things because that's the point. The point of these videos is to share the journey realistically of what it's like growing on Substack from 0. And that's why my numbers aren't like, oh, I got like 400,000 Substack followers overnight. That was never the point of this. It was always just meant to be like the realistic grit and showing up before the audience is there, showing up when you're getting 0 comments, showing up when no one's liking anything, like showing up in the abyss of trying to make something out of nothing. That's what it's like, showing the behind the scenes of that and just showing up and celebrating every small win along the way. That's what this series is about. Celebrating every small win and then just showing up regardless. Like showing up regardless. That's what it was about. And so the numbers were never supposed to be like these impressive things. And honestly, if they were these like big, like overnight success kind of thing, it would kind of ruin the point of like the series of like, show up before the audience is there. Like, okay, the audience was there overnight, girl. Like, and it wasn't. And it's been slow, consistent growth. It's been showing up. It's been celebrating all the small numbers and just staying in my creative element, like allowing it and just honoring it and not being attached to the outcomes. But did you know that I also have a Substack freebie, a 90-day free Substack challenge for people that don't identify as writers? That's who I had in mind when I made it. It's just supposed to be something to give you a little bit more guidance when you're starting out on Substack, some little prompts, food for thought for you to get inspired to write, or something that you feel passionate about or called about. Like, what's something I have a really strong opinion about that I wish more people knew? Like, I could write a whole thing on that. Like, you know, it's just little things like that. It gives a little bit of structure to how you could possibly structure, like, giving yourself time to write for Substack. So there's like inspirational, like, templates for how you could structure your week, and, you know, giving yourself little writing sessions throughout the week for 20 minutes here or there. So there's little things like that. There's some tips on like how to use the notes section on Substack to put yourself out there and get more reach and stuff like that. The notes section, I feel like, is a really great way to get exposure on the actual platform. So yeah, you can use that a little strategically. I absolutely don't use it strategically, but, you know, maybe next year I will. I don't know. But I just love like resharing. I like read through it and I see people's words that resonate with me, and I just like restack. I'm a restacker, okay? I'm a serial restacker, okay? I'm a restack it. If I like it, I'm a restack it. Yeah, I'm just excited for everyone that is deciding to jump in and just give it a go and back themselves and show up before the results are there. And just do the damn thing you feel called to do, because this life is so short. Like, this life is so friggin' short. I still can't believe I'm turning 38 this year, and it's blowing my mind. It's like, holy crap, 38 years have gone by like that. And the next 38 are gonna go by just as fast. So I don't know how old you are, but think about how quickly you have arrived at that age. And then double it. And think about how old you'll be if you double that. And just think about how quickly that went by and how quickly the next one will go. I'm 38. That went by like that. Like, literally like that. Like, I feel like I was just 18. Like, I don't know how I'm here. 20 years passed in the blink of an eye. So let's add another 38 years. That's the end of my life. That's past the age of life expectancy for a human. Like, the life expectancy is what, 78? We're there. We're done. Bye. So what are we waiting for? What are we actually waiting for? Life is too short to care what someone else is going to think. Okay, they called me cringe. Okay. Still got paid. Still doing the thing that excites me. Still creating. Still doing the thing that fulfills me in my lifetime. In my blink of an eye, 38 years. You know? Like, it's just... It's not that deep, but it is that deep at the same time, because this is your one life. This is your one life, and this is the calling on your heart. It was put there for a reason in your one lifetime to do the things that you feel called to do. What are we waiting for? Genuinely, what are we waiting for? It just blows my mind, and I think like I'm in this huge reflective space in my life right now just because of everything that I've gone through this year, but it's just like, I think that's part of the reason why what I went through hit so hard, because I'm like, bro, we're almost 40. How are we still out here playing games at almost 40 when like we're done? You know, like this is my representation of how quick life goes. And like me snapping is another 30 years, just like that. And we're out here still playing games. We're out here still like acting like we're in high school, lying to people to keep up with appearances. We're still caring what people think of us when we are trying to like do the things that fill us with joy. We're putting other people's judgment and opinions over our own joy and fulfillment in life? No. Oh, Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're done. We're done doing that. 2025, we're done. Okay, so it's just think of the snap. You know, like in the Marvel universe, the blip, like you're done. Okay, you guys, that got real heavy and deep, but like honestly, what are you waiting for? I don't know what you're waiting for. I genuinely don't know what you're waiting for, but whatever the reason is, it's not good enough. You need to start, because you're gonna wake up one day wishing that you just started today. You're gonna wake up one day and all those things that you've put on hold because of X, Y, Z and the other, they're gonna be behind you and it's gonna be too late. You're gonna have no one to blame but yourself. And that is the worst part of it all, because you can't put the blame on anyone else and you have to just sit with it. And that's a tough pill to swallow, you know? And I just want to get to the end of my life knowing that I squeezed the juice out of it. You know, I did the things that excite me, that fill me with joy, that are impacting other people, that are having a ripple effect. What else matters if we're not out here doing the things that fill us with joy and we're just living for the sake of what other people think we should be living? Like, I just can't. I could do a whole other video, obviously, and I didn't want to end it on such like a Debbie Downer kind of like, we're all gonna die. Why am I laughing at that? Okay, stop. No, you guys, you know what I mean though. Like, if you get it, you get it. I'm just rooting for you. If no one's told you lately that I'm rooting for you, I want to see you win. I just want to see you do the thing you feel called to do. I don't care if it's writing. I don't care if it's going to learn how to ride a bike. I don't care if it's learning how to swim as an adult. I don't care if it's starting a new hobby. Like, just do the damn thing that you feel called to do, because it was given to you for a reason. And I'm going to leave it there. Okay. If you guys have any other questions on Substack or my journey or all that kind of stuff, feel free to leave it in the comments. I hope this has inspired someone to just do the damn thing. And if you want to continue hanging out with me more outside of my Substack journey, I have all these lifestyle things. I like to go on my little solo day trips. I'm in this season of learning how to navigate life on my own in my 30s again. And it's testing, it's messy, living out of suitcases, but we're making it work. And I thank you for the support. Thank you for being here, for 4,000 subscribers, for it all. It's just been a ride this year. And honestly, so social media can be such a negative, exploitative, dangerous place. But there's also so much good happening on this platform, on these platforms. And I'm just grateful for the joy that it's brought to my life in such a hard season. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning into another video soon.